Hi, so I recently bought a Nilfisk power washer. I think it was the Core 130, and as part of that, I saw on the website that they Nilfisk guys were offering some free items for user testing, and in return, we had to do a video. So here's my video. This is off the Power Patio attachment. I'm sure there's loads of people who have probably gone for this as a free item to test and feedback on. So I'm going to just talk you through what I see in the box, and let's see how it works in action as well. The box itself, you can see it's a quite a big item. It's about 30 centimeters wide in terms of the box, and you can see it's pretty clear on some of the features and functions of this. I was quite surprised when I got this and unpacked just how well presented I think the box does around what the product is and the features of the patio washer. So I'm going to open this up and you can have a look at it as well. So here we are. This is the Power Patio attachment unboxed. And the first impressions, and really surprisingly, just how large it is. You can see here, there's a bit of a ruler to give you a sense of it. It's quite a large piece of kit. And I think the second observation I had as I was opening it was how fully featured it seemed. When you get a free item from a company for something you bought, you generally expect to get something that's maybe a lower featured, lower spec item, but I've been really surprised at what I've seen. So not only does it look and feel quite substantial, as you can see here, there's a good grip handle for I imagine some heavy pressing work. The features on the cleaning attachments here in terms of the power settings for the device moves really easily there. It's quite cool. And also you see here, which is what they're calling the dirt hammers. I think this is the feature that looks at going from light to heavy cleaning. They come out there quite nicely. And you can see there's a flexible attachment point here as well. Pretty nice, solid movement. Underneath, what does it look like? Kind of like a horseshoe crab, to be honest. So there's a really strong and rigid bristles on the edge here. It goes all the way around the item. And then the unit itself with the attachments for cleaning. I think these are the lighter duty version as opposed to the red ones for heavy duty. What's really good as well is you get this additional attachment to extend the lance of the jet wash, so you probably do some further reach places as well. Like most of the Nilfisk stuff I've had a go at recently, it all seems really well made. It's not a brittle feeling, it's a solid feeling plastic. And I imagine the attachments are pretty solid and hard wearing as well. So first impressions, I think just looking at this, much better spec than I originally thought it might be. And it looks fairly substantial. I can probably do some good heavy duty cleaning with this. So next, let's get outside and see how it looks when it's attached to the machine. And so we're outside now. As you can see, here's my Core 130, first power wash I've had. And I've been pretty impressed. The strength and power of the water, the variability of the pressure settings has been excellent. As you can see here, the patio itself, we've got in the back here, fairly large patio, and the tiles themselves, you can see they're quite undulating, quite textured. It took us a good couple of hours to do this a few weekends ago with the rough set nozzle that came with the jet wash. Excellent device on its own, but you can imagine it takes a lot of time and effort to go back over quite a large space as we've got here. And there's a couple of downsides I'll touch on in a second, but you can see the device in the size context of the jet wash. Large coverage. I think this would have probably taken half the time or less to get through our patio as we went. So let me try and put all the attachments together and see how it looks. So nice and simple. The attachments are these click, push and turn style ones. You've got one onto the jet wash itself, so the patio wash itself, the extension part going up to the lance, and naturally really simple to undo as you go as well. So the section of the patio I'm looking to do is this little stone circle. You can see quite undulating, lots of gaps in here as well. I didn't want to use the main power wash to do this, thinking it would be quite disruptive. So if I really pull out a lot of the sand and the grit that goes in between each of the stones. So I'm hoping this could be really effective in doing this and cutting down one of the biggest problems, which has been the water coming off from a normal jet wash which kind of goes everywhere across the garden. So you can see when start to try and sort of jet wash, especially really close to where the lawn is, you get a lot of water coming off the jet wash, soaks and floods the garden. So I had to originally set up a little bit of a barrier to prevent that. However, with this thing, hopefully it's going to keep the water contained. So what I'm going to try and do, I'll do one half, we'll see how it looks before and after, and then let's see if we can get the heavy duty nozzles on there and see what happens next. So very quick impressions as we go. What's been really clear is that it really does stop the water coming across anywhere but where it needs to be. The bristles do a really great job of keeping the water in play in the surface you want to clean, and actually it keeps the noise down as well, which is really cool. You can probably get a sense of that as I go here. So really does work nicely. So the bristles, I can put a good amount of pressure on that. I imagine I could put some pressure down on the handles as needed as well. What's really cool, when you turn it over, you can actually get quite a nice view of the bristles turning. Let's see if we can do that. So you get a sense of the water pattern as we go. We've got water coming out in the middle and off the nozzles as well, so you get real good coverage. Already I'm seeing it coming up very nicely compared to where it was. Now this isn't a heavy duty space, but it does take a bit of battering, so let me crack on and see what it looks like. So here we are, partway through, so I thought I'd just have a go at changing these nozzles. And what's really neat is as you get in, there's a really simple twist and turn motion. So I'm just turning and then pulling the section out. You can see there's the lighter weight nozzle. I've got the other ones here. Let's have a go at how simple this is. Try and do it one-handed. Not work very well. Give this a go. As you can see, in, and a twist back. Push in and then twist. Simple as that. So you can see different colours to make it really easy to fit. Give this a go now. Now you can probably hear already there's a different tone in terms of the cleaning unit now. It feels much more heavy duty in terms of what it's doing. You still push it by one hand, which is cool, but the amount of dirt coming off is just great. Probably hear it there. Plenty of dirt coming off from this. As I say, this isn't a heavy duty spot for us, but it does take a bit of dirt coming off. And again, I love the fact that there isn't a huge amount of water coming off, soaking everywhere. It seems quite efficient, which is really what you want, especially when cost of water is going up. There we go then. So that's the Nilfisk Power Patio attachment. In short, really impressed. A really super featured product. Lots of flexibility, great attachments, really adaptable in terms of the power, in terms of minimum and maximum cleaning power, and nozzles that you can change. Works really nicely with the Core 130 for me, and you can see, hopefully, done a great job as well. Thanks for watching.